Wow, would you look at that? That is amazing. Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today's adventure is a request of sorts from Lara Clouse. So a couple weeks ago on Facebook, I actually asked what was for dinner. Because of my poor planning, I actually did not plan out my dinner tonight, and I knew I had to go to the store anyway, so I was like, you know what? Let's reach out to the community members and see if I can get a recipe that I think, number one, would be delicious, number two, would be easy for me to locate the ingredients, and number three, a request. So Lara Clouse, she suggested I do this vegetable lo mein, and after a quick peek at the ingredients, I was pretty sure I could find all of them at my local grocery store. I set off to the store, and you guys, we're gonna do it. We are gonna do vegetable lo mein. Now, I know I just said we're gonna do vegetable lo mein, but I'm a really big fan of chicken. So I've marinated some chicken, and we're gonna actually turn it into chicken lo mein, but you can do it with veggies alone. Just omit the first step, because we're first gonna fry the chicken, and then we're gonna set it aside, and then everything else is gonna come together, and then we'll toss it together in a beautiful, harmonious lo mein. I am a fan. Now, you gluten-free folks, no worries. You can just use a gluten-free spaghetti of sorts. Obviously, it's not going to taste the same, but we're actually using lo mein egg noodles that are straight from Japan. I mean, I assume they're from Japan. It was from a Japanese company, but we're gonna use authentic lo mein noodles in this recipe, but I'm sure that you could use a gluten-free pasta and it will work just as fabulously. So, are you ready for this adventure? There's something for everyone. Vegetarians, meat lovers, and gluten-free folks. So let's get started. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to make the sauce to go in the pan. This sauce won't be added to the pan until way later, but if we get it mixed together, then the sugar can start to dissolve. Yes, there is some sugar in it. I mean, we're Americans, sugar happens. Alternately, you could use honey or agave or something else in your sauce, but we're gonna use sugar because that is what the original recipe called for. Also, the original recipe called for light soy sauce and dark soy sauce. I could not find light soy sauce in my store, so I'm just using regular soy sauce for both measurements. So if you know what the difference is between light and dark, leave me a comment and let me know, because I honestly, I mean, I guess I could Google it too, but it's always nice to hear from other people their experiences, like taste difference and which one they prefer, because I didn't even know that there was a difference between light and dark. Okay, I'll stop talking and I'll do the sauce. Okay, we are gonna add our soy sauce to the bowl along with our sesame oil. And then we are gonna add 1 teaspoon of sugar to the bowl along with 1 teaspoon of water. All right, and now we're just gonna give that a mix and help it to dissolve. By the way, the water was hot water, so it helps dissolve that sugar. Okay, so that is completely done. So our sauce is ready to go. Next, we are gonna focus on our wok. All right, so let's go ahead and get our pan warming. So I'm gonna put this on fry, and I do apologize for the buzz that you may hear. This burner and these pans don't exactly talk very nice to each other, but it's just kind of like a hazard of having a up front cooking for you to see. It is what it is. All right, the first thing we are gonna do is we are gonna get our chicken into the pan. Now I have pre-marinated this chicken in a kind of a similar sauce as the sauce that we are doing here right now, but the sugar that I used was brown sugar. So we're just gonna get these in right into the pan. And I will leave the marinade recipe in the comments. You can also find all of the recipe info in the comments or on my website at adventuresinEverydayCooking.com. And I don't know how much chicken I'm actually gonna need for this lo mein, so I just decided to cook about 4 or 5 thighs, and I'll decide how much I need once it's all cooked. All right. So we're just gonna cook this until it's cooked through, and it should only take a couple minutes. And for those of you wondering, these are the sauté tongs from Pampered Chef. I seldom use them, but I thought if ever there was a recipe that I needed to use them for, this would be it. All right, once the chicken is cooked through, I am going to remove it to a bowl and pour out any remaining sauce into the bowl. And I'm gonna go ahead and cover it. I'm gonna keep that heating because the rest of this is gonna go pretty quick. If you were doing this vegetarian style, this is where you would start. So start with a hot wok and about 1 tablespoon of oil. Once the oil is popping, we are gonna add our mushrooms and our garlic. We're also going to add the white part of the green onion. Most of the onion of my green onion today was pretty green, so I just guessed at what the white part was. And add a little bit more oil if you feel like your pan is not oily enough. All right, and after 30 seconds, we are gonna add our peppers and our carrots. Now the recipe actually asked for a red pepper or a yellow pepper or an orange pepper. I actually didn't write down that bit when I went to the store. I just wrote down a bell pepper, and so we get green today. It's fine, it's fine. Just won't have that sweet bite. It's fine. Okay, so once this has been stir frying for just a couple minutes, not very long at all, we're just trying to soften the vegetables just a little bit, we're gonna add our dry wine. So this is a dry sherry. It actually asked for a, I'm gonna butcher this name, Choy wine, which is a mirin of sorts, but we're just gonna use dry sherry. And then we're gonna stir fry again for like 1 minute. Looking pretty good. All right, next we are gonna add our snow peas and our bok choy. You know what I'm realizing as I'm stirring this? I did not add my Chinese 5-spice to our sauce. So I'm gonna do that as well. And we're just gonna add 1 pinch and give it a little mix. All right, while the bok choy is wilting, let's grab our noodles. So here I have about a pound of lo mein, and we're gonna actually add it right to the skillet in just a moment. All right, looks wilted to me. Okay, let's add our lo mein. All right, and now we're gonna pour the sauce mixture over the top of the noodles. All right, and now we're gonna stir fry until those noodles are the same color throughout. We're gonna switch to a big pair of tongs because then I feel like I'm getting those noodles and getting down there. I'm sure that with some practice, I would totally be able to finagle the sauté tongs, which are kind of like chopsticks, but at the moment, I'm not feeling it. I'm feeling like that was way too much work. All right, I'm feeling like those noodles look about right. Time for us to add our chicken. All right, and let's add, oh shoot, let's just add it all. I don't know if I want to add the sauce though, because even though the sauce is very similar, I don't want to mess up the sauciness of the noodles. So we'll just give that a good toss, bring it all together, and that's it. Dinner's done. All right, and let's get that right onto our serving dish. Oh my goodness, do you see how beautiful that looks? Can you imagine if I would have used shrimp? I don't know, this just feels like a shrimp type lo mein. You know what I'm saying? Oh my word, this made a whole bunch. I'm not gonna get it all on this huge plate. Yeah, I fail. There's no way I'm gonna fit all of that onto the plate. Oh my word. That is a large helping of lo mein. Somebody's gonna have to get it out of the pan. Wow, can you believe that? Okay, now we're gonna garnish with some fresh scallions. And look at that, dinner is served. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna taste it and make sure that this recipe is a keeper, but it has to be. Laura, I trust you, girl. I trust you. All right, here we go. This is not gonna look pretty though. It's noodles going into my mouth. We may have to censor this. Small bites, small bites. Okay, that is amazing. Wow. I have never made lo mein at home before, and that was so easy that I will definitely be making this again. Oh my goodness, it tastes, dare I say, it tastes like takeout? I think it does. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me get a piece of chicken. I'm gonna get a piece of everything in my mouth, in my bite, I should say. Okay, we have the perfect bite. Oh, dang. Laura, I want to thank you. My husband's going to thank you. Everyone who eats this is going to thank you because, oh my, amazing. A little sriracha on this, and it will be one of my husband's favorite meals. Wow. That was easy. And that was delicious. Oh goodness. Okay, well, I'm gonna get off here because it is dinner time, obviously. I'm gonna feed my family and we are gonna continue with the adventures later this week. All right, you guys, well, that's it for me. If you enjoyed that video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week and I'm always looking for the next adventure. I mean, like, Laura, come on, this was amazing. So if you have an idea for me, you can go on Facebook and find me, or you can leave a comment here, and I'll see what I can do because sometimes your suggestions become my dinner. So keep that in mind when you find this awesome recipe that you know that you want to share with me. Okay, you guys, well, we'll see you on the next one. Bye.